Hey guys, welcome back. So as you can see, everything was pretty much left the way that it was. We're going to play Dungeon Roll, which is mildly attributed to Dungeon Dice, or I'm sorry, Dungeons and Dragons, but not exactly, because it's only done with dice and cards, no miniatures, and this is a 15-minute game versus a several-hour game. In the last video, I already explained the first, second, and third expansions. I also explained about the original heroes a little bit anyways. The way that this game works, everybody's going to get one of these cards. And this is a reminder card to tell you what everything does. Whether it be a town portal, a sword, dragon bait, talisman, invisibility, scepter, potion, thieves' tools, scroll, or dragon scale. Those are all the treasure that you can end up with in this game. On the other side, it tells you all the faces of the dice and what they all mean. For example, your fighter can take down all of the goblins that you roll. Your thief can open all of the chests. But your champion, which is this yellow one here, your champion can defeat all of any one monster, goblin, skeletons, or oozes, or they can open all of the chests. There is a couple of other faces of the dice that we will get to eventually. But until then, let's just go ahead and dive in. So I'm going to set these cards down here where you can see them on the big screen. Also, this card here is for the Winter Heroes, which this time I am going to play as a Winter Hero. And I've chosen Jack Frost. At the beginning of the game, place 3 snowball treasures face up on Jack Frost's hero card. So that's going to be a pain to find. But I do know that they are blue. So if I'm not finding them right away, there's a snowball, and nope, there's a snowball. So Jack Frost, some people may have seen the movie, some people may have just heard of him in the song or other movies, but Jack Frost is supposed to be kind of a trickster of the wintertime. So he ends up starting off the game with 3 snowballs. At the end of the game, any snowball that you have left is worth extra experience points. And the winner of the game is the person who has the most experience. So you're going to take your turn counter and set it on 1. This is not the turns as far as everyone's turn. It is the turn as far as what level dungeon you're in. Whoop. Let's go and throw that in there. Specialty Mischievous Gift. Give a snowball to an opponent to refresh Jack Frost. In solo, discard a snowball instead. So when you discard something, it just goes back into the treasure chest. Ultimate Frost Storm. Discard up to 3 monsters, goblins, skeletons, and or oozes in any combination from the current dungeon level. So the way that the heroes work is they have a normal move that you can use, like getting rid of a snowball to refresh him. Then they have an ultimate move that you have to tap the card, meaning turn it sideways, meaning you can only use that once per turn. But Jack Frost has a specialty that says I can discard a snowball to turn him back to normal, meaning I can use his move more than once per delve. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll all of your hero dice. Those are the white ones. We got a couple of fighters, a champion, a couple of mages, a scroll, and a thief. The scroll is something I didn't talk about before, but the scroll is a face that you can use to reroll any number of dice. If I wanted, I could wait until I roll one of these, and then I can roll all of my white ones again, and the black one again, just to try to get something better. But the scrolls can also do something that doesn't make much sense, but it's allowed. They are allowed to drink the potions that come up, which is right there. The scrolls are allowed to drink potions, which means that since any one person or the scroll can drink all the potions, you can use that, drink the potion, and then change this die to whatever face you want it to be. So we're going to go ahead and keep that scroll for now. On the first turn, you're going to roll 1 dungeon die. So let's put those aside. And we have a skeleton. So I can use any one of these to fight off one enemy. So I'm going to use the mage. I'm going to discard it right up here to fight off the skeleton. And that goes back into the dice pool. On the second turn, you roll 2 dungeon dice. Are you beginning to see a pattern? So here we roll a dragon, which the dragons go into the dragon area, and a goblin. Until you get 3 or more dragons, all that they do is they sit up there and they don't do anything. The goblin has to be taken care of, so I'll use the fighter, because I have multiples of the fighter. So that gets discarded. I'm on the 3rd level of the dungeon. This time I rolled 2 treasure chests and a skeleton. So let's use the mage to fight the skeleton. So that goes back into the dice pool. And then I'm going to use my thief to open all of the treasure chests. Which means, since I used the thief to open all these, I get 2 treasures. So without looking, I'm reaching in here and pulling out 2. I got the dragon bait and the talisman, I believe. Yes, the talisman can be used as a cleric, and the dragon bait transform all remaining monsters into dragon faces. So that's what that treasure does. So we're going to set that back down there, put those there where you can see them. And now level 4. So we're going to do this and so hope for the best. Ooh, that did not come out well at all. Well, I can use Jack Frost's special ability to turn him sideways to discard these 2, up to 3. And then I have a fighter, a champion, and a cleric by using the treasure token. In order to fight a dragon, you have to have 3 different heroes. I'm sorry, not heroes. The cards of the heroes. 3 different companions. So I have a fighter, a cleric, and a champion. So I can use these 3. This gets discarded, which goes next to the chest until the end of your current round. The 2 dice get discarded. And then the 3 dragons get discarded because I fought the dragon by using those 3. Now, when you defeat a dragon, you automatically get 1 experience. See, that's a 1. Let me go ahead and show you on the big camera. So there's a 1, and you get 1 treasure. So this time we got a dragon scale, which is kind of fitting since we just beat a dragon. The talisman goes back in because that's the end of your round, and I can either go to level 5 or I can stop here. I'm gonna stop because I don't have any more dice other than my scroll, and I'm gonna have to roll 5 dice, and since they're all back in the dice pool, I can roll 5. I cannot take on anything else. Even if I untap Jack and get rid of 3 of them, I still might have problems. So I'm going to stop at the 4, and that's going to give me 4 experience. So 3, 4, so 1, 4, 5. So what we'll do is we'll just pick up a 5 and return all these others back. And the reason being is, like I said, all of the experience tokens have a 1 and have a 1 on one side and either a 3, 5, or 10 on the opposite side. So I want to have plenty of experience over there. So we're going to reset this back to 1. Reset my card. And round 2. Now, normally when you have multiple players, one person is the hero going through the dungeon. If you have another player, the other player would be acting as the dungeon, rolling the black dice for you. So this time we got a thief, a cleric, 2 fighters, 3 champions. So this could turn out kind of interesting. We're on level 1, so we're going to roll 1 die. And we got a potion. I don't need to drink a potion. Well, I guess I will. I'm going to drink this potion with this champion and change its face to a mage. Just so that way I've got an extra different face. So that goes back into the dice pool, and then we're going to roll 2 dice. Okay, we got an ooze and a treasure chest. So let's fight the ooze with the fighter because I have an extra one. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Fight the ooze, and then I can open the chest. So I will use the champion. And this time I got a second dragon scale. So at the end of the game, those 2 are going to be worth 2 points. So that's been opened. Level 3, rolling 3 dice. Now, when a potion or a chest comes up, you don't have to interact with it. You can just say, I'm skipping those. Those go back to the dice pool. But since extra treasure is worth extra points at the end of the game, why not? So this time we got 2 goblins. The fighter can take out all the goblins. So 1 fighter, 2 goblins. And we got a treasure chest. I think I will go ahead and open that treasure chest with the mage. Let's see what happens here. And we get a cupcake. The cupcake, refresh your hero. So that's something I can use instead of using my snowballs. So there's that and that. And we are going to go to number 4 because the likelihood of having a problem is pretty slim. So 4 dice. We have a dragon, a skeleton, and 2 goblins. So I'm going to use my champion to defeat all the goblins. Those are gone. And then we have a skeleton. I'll go ahead and use the cleric to defeat the skeleton, because why not? Now, I have a problem. Do I go on or not? I don't think I'm going to, because even if I discarded them, I could end up with dragons, and that could be a real problem because I only have 1 companion. So we're going to go ahead and take our 4 experience, 3 and 1. And then it would be the next player's turn, but since I'm the only player, and any dice that are left in the dragon area are returned to the dice pool. And I'm just giving those a quick shuffle. Those don't mean anything. I'm just shuffling them up. Okay, so sorry about that. I had a phone call come in from the missus. And we're going to try to hope that I can put all 4 of these videos together. This is my first time ever doing anything like this. So we're about to roll dice on the 3rd turn. Which, if the video worked, you already know that. Sorry about that. This time we got 3 fighters, a thief, a cleric, a champion, and a scroll. So, starting on level 1, we're going to go ahead and roll 1 die, and it's a chest. And I'm going to open that chest. Sorry about that, guys. And it's a potion this time. So let's go ahead and set that off to the side. Level 2. 2 dice. We got a skeleton and an ooze. So we're going to use the fighter and the cleric to defeat those 2. On level 3, we have a dragon and 2 treasure chests. So we're going to use the thief to open the treasure chests. One, two. And we got a scroll and a town portal. Now, the scroll, like I said, it lets you re-roll dice. And then the town portal, collect experience equal to current dungeon level and escape the dungeon. So if I get to a dungeon that I'm uncomfortable in, I can just go ahead and take the experience and run away. I don't have to finish it. You are only supposed to go to a dungeon level that you feel comfortable with. If you go past that and end up in a situation where you can't defeat all of the minions and you can't defeat all of the dragon is always at least 3 dice. If you can't do everything, then you fail that dungeon delve. You go back to town, you get no experience, you lose your treasure for that turn. That's it. That's the end of your turn. Which is why the last 2 rounds I've been very careful about stopping at 4. I hate stopping at 4. I hate it. But by stopping at 4, at least I know I'm safe. So let's go ahead and go to the 4th level. Oh, use the thief there. And I'm hoping to get a lot of potions here. I did get 2 potions. So, chest and an ooze. I have to fight the ooze first, so I'll use the fighter to fight the ooze. And then I can use the scroll to drink both potions at the same time. So put those off to the side, and I get 2 dice back. You can roll them if you want, but I actually get to pick their faces. So I'm going to go with a cleric and a mage. And I'm feeling a little risky this time, so we're going to go to level 5. So we're going to pick up 5 dice. Okay, I chose correctly. Because the cleric can defeat all 3 skeletons. So the cleric goes away, the skeletons go away, and the mage can defeat all of the oozes. So that was an awesome turn. Could not have asked for better. I love getting a full house with these dice because you know that you can defeat 5 dice with only 2. Next question is, do I go to the next level? And I don't think I do. I think I'm going to stay here for a couple reasons, but mostly because I don't want to risk losing what I've already gotten. So the dragon goes away. Whoop. That's all right. Accidents happen. So at the end of the game, at the end of everybody having taken 3 turns, you count up all of your experience. Yes, I got my 5. You count up all of your experience, and for me, I have 14. Then you count up all of your treasure. So the dragon scales are only worth 2 points if you have 2 of them. So I have, or an even number specifically. So I have 2 of them, so that's 2 more points. The scroll is worth 1. The cupcake is worth 1. The dragon bait is worth 1. The potion is worth 1. Each of the snowballs is worth 1. And the town portal is worth 2. So 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 25 points. Now here's something I find kind of fun about this game. In the rulebook, on the very last page, the second to last page, it gives you a ranking of points. If you end up with 0 to 15 points, you're dragon fodder. You're only good for being eaten by the dragon as dragon bait. But for 16 to 23 points, you're the village hero. I got 25 points. So 24 to 29 points, you're a seasoned explorer. And I would definitely say I'm seasoned because I've played this game probably 24 times. And probably a dozen of those times have been by myself, not counting this video. So that is how you play Dungeon Roll. Listen, guys, I've had fun playing the game. I've had fun having you guys here. I hope you guys come back for the next playthrough. My wife and I are working desperately at trying to get 5 tribes recorded. It has 2 expansions. It's a very lengthy game, so we'll find out eventually. But until next time, thanks for stopping by. God bless you, and much love.